What's your problem? I'm going to leave and I'm just gonna have this last pint and I'll be on my way. I don't know why you get like this at the end of your shift when your shift doesn't end for another hour. Because at the end of the day, you've been taking my money all night and now what, you tired, you want to get in bed? Well, no, unfortunately, you don't own the boozer, you just work it and there's 60 minutes left on the door, so I'll be having this and I'll be on my way, alright?
Beware the moon.
Ignore him, guys. Gets like this sometimes. But anyway, for last orders today, we're going to be trying Corona Extra. It's on the Perfect Draft machine, which I've just reviewed. And I've not actually tried this Corona Perfect Extra on draft out of this machine. If you go back and watch that review, I've just literally said there's 2 draft machines in here. Just had a Halloween party. We had both, this is my mate's machine. We had both of them rock and rolling because, long story short, half the people who came to the party wanted just ordinary lager and the other half wanted like flavoursome ales. So we just thought 2 machines, let's do it. So here we are anyway. Corona, 4.5% ABV. I've already poured half of this, or 3/4, from the last video. So let's just top her up anyway. Damn! Smoky. I'm actually looking forward to trying this because I've had one of them days at work where it's been non-stop and I'm actually like in the mood for a beer. So this is perfect. Anyway, what have we got? If you want to know about the Perfect Draft machine, just go and watch the last episode. We're here for the Corona on this. So, good levels of carbonation. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can see that. They're sort of slow moving. But I don't know, it's picking up the pace. It almost looks like it's moving like the bubbles in a lava lamp, which is pretty weird. But maybe that's because I've been reviewing ales and the carbonation feels slightly different. This is like obviously a lager, isn't it? Anyway, let's get the aromas on this pappy. Smells light, very light, because I'm used to, well, I've been reviewing, for anyone who's new here, ales, and usually you get a good strong whiff from them. Yeah. This has got, and this is what I'm referring to, for anyone who's been following, I've been banging on about normal lagers, the typical lagers I've been drinking all my life, the ones that we would just like grew into. You go from like kidulthood into your adulthood and you start going to the booze and it's like who's drinking what. You've got the typical Fosters and all that, and Corona, let's be honest, like, and I'm not slagging Coronas off, like I've always enjoyed them. I think that my taste buds are just starting to develop into wanting to try more flavoursome ales and beers. But this smell, it just reminds me of like, funnily enough, the vision that's coming to my head is the snooker hall, where we go and play snooker sometimes. And it's like very limited options in there. And it's almost like I can't identify what's in the ale or the lager because my brain is just going snooker hole, snooker hole, snooker hole. So rather than seeing fruits or barley or anything, whatever's in this, it's just seeing pool balls getting smashed around. And it almost, I don't know, as well, like, I associate that with really bad hangovers as well, because there was an era where we were just stupidly doing it on like a Thursday and getting up for work on a Friday, and it was just traumatic. Good times though. But it just smells like the common boozer to me. I've been smelling that smell for donkey's years. Nothing new here. But let's taste it anyway. Cheers, guys. Oh, actually, what am I saying? That is absolutely delicious. What am I saying? Maybe this is the problem. The thing with aromas is, it's like when you smell food sometimes. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever been to an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet, right? But for some reason, when you're walking around, maybe I've just been to some dodgy ones in like Manchester City, but for some reason when you're walking around and you're actually scooping the food on, there's like glass, protection shields so that people aren't like all over the food. But there's something about, I don't know what it is, the food and then that plastic that just creates like a disgusting smell. But then when you get to the table with your plate of food and you start scrunching down them salt and pepper ribs and them duck pancakes and all the good stuff, it goes out the window. But then you get full and you can start smelling it again and you're going, ooh, shall we get out of there? That's what common lagers sort of does to me. That same concept. It's like, I smell it, the aroma, Friday morning, 6 AM, cracking headache, stinking hangover, belting night. I can smell that. The next time, Thursday laps around, back in the snooker hall, first beer. Oh, that's just reminded me of Friday morning from last week. I don't know if I want that. Then you try it. Oh. It's one of them beers that you taste what I've just been smelling at first, and then all the flavours. It's like that's the front of the train and all the flavours in the carriages behind it, and it just make the way through your taste buds, and every carriage just gets more and more flavoursome all the way to the back until the train's gone and you're ready for your next sip to bring the train back through. And Corona does that so well. I have absolutely no problem drinking this. The carbonation levels are good. What is that flavour? Pardon me, I can only assume it's like barley, maybe? Like wheaty, biscuity. At first, not really anything. The train's making its way through. The biscuity. It's just bizarre how beer does that. It's still, I don't know if I'll ever get over that. Even now, my mouth, the reason I'm rolling it over my tongue, I'm over my senses and me. You breathe in, it sort of like ignites it. Little chest warmer. When I just breathed in then. Nothing major, not like, it's only 4.5%, but one thing I've learned about, especially these kegs on this draft machine, because it's so easy to just go, oh, go on, give us a bit more. You know what I mean? And that, one thing I didn't say on the last review actually of the Perfect Draft is, as you make your way through the keg, it pours about a pint. It's like just high levels of carbonation or something near the top of the keg. I don't know what it is, but the more you start getting through it, the better the pour becomes. But yeah, long story short, what was I saying? Yeah, dang. Let's have a swig, shall we? Try and think about where we were. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. Wow. It's actually really nice, this. That's what I was saying. 4.5%. I've been getting like ales and stuff. And they're like, I had one. It was like Blonde Leffy or something. Never tried it before. It was like 6.2% in a keg. And it was like a Saturday or whatever. Me mum came round. My girlfriend, we were just chilling. We'd just been and picked a pumpkin. I was like, shall we go slaughtered lamb? We'll just have one. What else are we going to do? Came here, one turned into a keg. But we only done like a keg between us. But I woke up the next day, my head was banging. I would not recommend Blonde Leffy, I think that's what it's called, to anyone. Tastes like bubblegum. And it kicks like a mule straight in the back of your cranium. So avoid that at all costs. The beauty of a 4.5% is you can steadily drink. You've got the nice little warm. You get the biscuity taste coming through all night long. Lionel Richie, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's nice. I actually really enjoyed that. And one thing I'll say is when you do take a sip, like the first initial thing in my mouth is like bitter. But then the biscuit comes through. But I wouldn't say it's like sweet, but it just goes, oi, bitterness, bah! Calm yourself down. We're all invited to the party. Yeah, not just you. So settle down, bitter. And then you just blend nicely together. So yeah, it's like a well-worked crafted beer. I can't lie, I don't know what's in it, but all I'm getting... Oh, what's in it? Oh yeah, they say have it with a sliced lime. Best served with a lime. Cut into wedges. The wedge halfway to the skin. On the side of the glass. Which I'm sure, because I know a couple of you are American, and I've seen you say it before. Get it on there. Which I have had. But, in all honesty, you don't need it. It might improve it, it might, but you don't need it. I suppose that will just... What will that add? More bitterness back to it? What does a lime do for you? Because all you're really doing is tampering with the craft, I suppose. But you might make it better, you might make it worse. I suppose on a hot day, why not a bit of fruit in there? But chilling in a boozer, heading into winter, I'm alright with this. I have got a little bit of history. That's what I was going to say. The initial flavour, taste, although bitter, I was wary of the smell. Because that smell also resonates in the same way like a Foster's does. Or like a Carlin. And I know... Well, I think... I'm going to have to review them, actually. Because I need to get down to the nitty gritty of what it is I don't like. But one thing I'll say about them, they taste metallic-y. Like almost like metal. And because I smelled this, I thought it was going to do it. But it doesn't. There's no metallic in it. Like, I'm expecting the metallic to come through any second. And it bypasses. The metallic isn't on the train. So I highly respect it for that. But anyway, Corona Extra is one of the world's most recognisable beers, born in 1925 at the Cervecería Modelo Brewery in Mexico City. That's obviously not how you pronounce it, but it's not his fault he can't read. Originally brewed to celebrate the brewery's 10th anniversary, Corona quickly became a national favourite with its crisp, light flavour design, for Mexico's warm climate. Makes sense. You want that refreshing beer, you know what I mean? And that is refreshing, I can't lie. But even now I'm sat here, it's got that little burn and it feels good. So in the middle of winter, it's still going to go down nicely. By the 1980s, the beer had crossed the border into the United States. Okay, so what, 1925 it was originally... Oh no, it was, the brewery opened in 1925. Corona was created for its 10th anniversary, so 1935. Maths wasn't my strongest subject. Anyway, so then by the 1980s, that's when it came into the United States. So what's that, 50 years? Something like that? Yeah, 45? I don't know. Don't worry about it. Who cares? Is that kicking in? Feels so good. I've been waiting for this moment. Yeah, anyway, despite... Oh, yeah. By the 1980s, the beer had crossed the border into the United States, where it became synonymous with beach life, sunshine, and relaxation, helped by its iconic clear bottle and the simple ritual of adding a lime wedge to the neck. Despite fierce competition and copycats, Corona held strong as a global symbol of easygoing fun. Today, it is sold in more than 180 countries, brewed under AB InBev's massive portfolio. Don't know what any of that means. And remains one of the top-selling imported beers in the world. So all other countries must have got onto it and just went, yo, get me some of that Corona over here. Because, like I just said, it's made for the beaches, but gives you that winter warm. So everyone wants some. And it's 4.5%. It's nice, it's biscuity, it's refreshing. Why wouldn't you want it? Even after a temporary sales dip during the 2020 pandemic, thanks to its name, Corona, Corona Extra has bounced back, continuing its nearly century-long reign. Today, Junior, as the beer of summer and good times. And that's what it is, like I just said. Good times in the snooker hall for me. And to be honest, in the middle of summer, Corona, it is where I used to go. Now, do you know what? To be fair, if I'm going to get lagers, it usually is a Corona, but it'll be like bottles rather than cans. But obviously it'll be kegs now. But I'm on about before I got the perfect draft. Because I was like, there's something about the clear bottle, like it said, that it's just, ooh, that looks refreshing. Look at the colour of it, you know what I mean? It's red hot outside, I need a refreshing drink. Let's go and get a Corona, come on. Few of them. The price is usually a bit pricier than its competitors. It's Foster's and all the crap next to it, let's be honest. But it's worth it to get away from the metallic flavour and just have that nice little biscuity train come through in your mouth. Wow. Can't believe I just let Corona run a train on me. God damn! What am I giving it out of 10? You know what? I'll give it a 7.9 out of 10. I think that's fair. What do you think of Corona? Leave it in the comments. Like this video, subscribe if you're new, and remember, beware the moon, lads.
Beware the moon.